So my name is Obinna Obiora. I'm from Nigeria, and I am currently doing a full-time MBA with the Smith School of Business, Queen's University here in Canada. So before I came into the MBA program, my most recent work experience was with PwC. So I worked with PwC for 4+ years as an auditor. I was focused specifically with companies in the financial services industry. So banks, commercial banks, pension funds, and companies within the wider spectrum of the financial services industry. I was auditing them. And before PwC, I worked in a bank. I worked in a bank called Access Bank, where it was like a graduate trainee program. And so when I finished with Access Bank, I moved to PwC, and it was a very good experience, learning and having to work in different teams. It was pretty good. It was one of those things where you realize that you just want to take a big step to something that challenges you. So I think one of the things that I really realized just was that I needed to build my business acumen. And so for all the time I worked back in PwC and just my former workplace, I realized that I wasn't able to interpret and understand opportunities for business for the firm. And obviously, as you rise through the ranks and as you get promoted, you should be able to start to understand and see opportunities and how you can create value for your clients. And so I realized that an MBA would definitely do that, to give me those skills in a very short space of time, and I can quickly start to use them in any place I get to work in. So that business acumen was something that I really wanted to pick up from an MBA program, and I'm glad that I made a decision to do it. And I know it's going to give me that skill, particularly is going to give me an edge when I get back into the workplace. What I realized when I wanted to do an MBA, especially in Canada, was I had just moved to Canada and I wanted to do an MBA program that was very quick. So a 1-year MBA program was definitely a major filter for me, looking for an MBA program. And the Smith School of Business fits that criteria. The second thing that I really liked was the approach to the MBA program. It's creating this team-based approach. In just talking with people, talking with the MBA office and understanding how things worked, like they explained to me how working in teams simulates what you would experience when you're out there in the workplace. And that was true for me, because for the last 4.5 years, I was working in different teams and working on different projects. And it's being able to work in a team, being able to bring together your skills and being able to solve solutions. Everyone is chipping in and being able to contribute. I saw that as something that I could also do in the Smith MBA program. And true to what they said, when I got in there, it was the same thing. I was in a team for the first 6 months, a core team, amazing teammates, people that I never met before. It was just it's a very brilliant experience. So that team approach definitely helped me. It was the team-based approach and the 1-year MBA, being able to quickly finish and then return back to the workplace. So for me, it's definitely a good return on investment. Thankfully, I've also schooled in the UK. So I moved from Nigeria to the UK and Southampton, University of Southampton. And I got a master's degree there, came back to Nigeria. I went back to Nigeria, then I worked, and then moved to Canada. So I wanted to relocate, just move here permanently. And the options in terms of countries I wanted to look at, Canada really appealed to me in sense of I wanted a very stable economy. You can do your MBA program, you can get a very good job, and start to build your network and create a great career here. So that's what appealed Canada. That's why Canada appealed to me as a country. In terms of learning differences. Obviously, there are lots of learning differences. Canada is definitely much more advanced as a country than Nigeria. So, it's when you're trying to learn, when you're learning now on a global scale, because some of the case examples that we are using in class, we are just, it could be touching on things in Brazil, it could touching on things in Australia. It gives you a very global mindset, and so that's something that's I kind of realized from the get-go just studying here in Canada. So yeah. For me, I would always want to look at it as an opportunity. Definitely as a non-Canadian, you have this initial worries that, I need to have some form of Canadian work experience before I get a job. And that's something that I know people tend to think about before they even want to come here. And I think thankfully for me, I have always looked at things, where people see, try to struggle. I try to find an opportunity and try to see how best I can take advantage of it. One of the things that I know has helped me definitely is my work experience. Working in a global firm like PwC, when you come here and have conversations with recruiters and you tell them, well, I worked in PwC, or they see your resume, they already know that they have an idea of how you are, because you work in a firm that it's already global. So they know that it's not a local firm. So they feel like your work experience can kind of match up to what you will have here in Canada. So that's one. The second thing again is it's also just in networking. Like for me, just being able to network and trying to get an understanding of the particular places that we want to work in. So I think networking definitely helped me a whole lot, because when you network, you get to speak to different people, and it's a process that it can be new to some people, and even when it becomes new to them, they might struggle with it. But I saw it as an opportunity again to really build my network very early on. And so I worked with my MBA career center. I worked with my career coach. We had like a plan, who to talk to, who you can reach out to. And the MBA program also helped with lots and lots of career events that gave you the resources and give you and put you in touch with people that you can actually speak to. So from that perspective, as a non-Canadian, you have lots of resources that you can leverage to get a job and building for a great career here, and with all these resources, again, now it's now up to you. What do you want to do with them? I think I did a very good job with using all of the resources that the MBA program had. I'm also thankful for my work experience. It also really helped me. And then just personally, I just have a drive to succeed anywhere I find myself. And so that's why whether I was a Canadian or non-Canadian, I was always going to do well here. One thing it's funny, because sometimes you tell yourself that you can be prepared for something, and then when you finally meet it, you're like, whoa, it's a completely different ball game. I knew an MBA was intense, but I didn't know it was. I wasn't. Maybe I was a little bit unprepared for the intensity, but again, I'm just playing around. But the truth of the matter is, when you're doing a 1-year MBA program, what you would typically see in the US, it's a 2-year MBA program. So with a 1-year MBA program, you're doing everything in 1 year. So you'd expect it to be pretty intense. And so for the first 6 months of my MBA program, which was what we called the core, you work with your team. You're in a team for 6 months. Your team, you don't change your team. You're going to work with them completely. So when you're doing multiple courses, you have lots of presentations and assignments. The things that for the MBA program during that whole time, your personal relationships can you can struggle with them, because there is so much you're doing all day. You're done with classes, say by 4 p.m. and you have meetings or presentations and projects up until like late in the evening. So yes, your personal relationship definitely struggled, but I think very quickly I adapted to it, and I kind of built a very good routine. And I'm thankful to my teammates in the program. We all supported each other and just made sure that it was a very good experience for everybody. So yeah, that intensity, I was preparing for it. I thought I could catch up with it, but then when I felt like I had to readjust my pace, and then definitely it was smooth sailing from there. I would say when I think the most obvious thing is in the kinds of words I use right now, the terminologies, the kinds of conversations I am willing to engage in, especially as regards strategy. Like when you start to take on cases and you're looking at strategy, you're looking at companies, when you're evaluating what companies are doing, you're looking at, let's say for example, you're evaluating companies in a particular industry, and one company is thriving, the other one is struggling, or one was a market leader and that one is now struggling, another one that was just coming to the market is growing. When you see all of these things, now you're seeing some of the things they're doing behind the scenes, and it's leading to and the consequences of these actions. So all the things that we've learned, across all the different subjects, I am bringing them now to the fore in conversations I have with people, and it's allowing me to again achieve that aim of why I wanted to do the MBA program. I came in here to get that business acumen, to be able to understand opportunities that I can get for a business, or if I'm working with a client, how I can create value for them. And that's what I'm seeing now, because I'm looking at a company. I'm much more aware of companies when it comes to like news. I could be working now and I'm looking at financial news and I'm seeing certain things about a particular company, and my interest just speaks. I just want to look at it and try to understand what they're doing, or how, or try to find a solution to a particular problem that they're facing. And that's what I've gotten so far from the MBA program. Like it feels like I'm leaving the MBA as a problem solver. It feels like I'm leaving the MBA ready and equipped to go into an organization, be faced with a challenge. And I'm just excited to take on the challenge, because I have skills I've learned, and then I want to build on them by now applying them. So I want to apply them to this particular challenges, and then see how we can create or provide a solution for the company. And so I feel a lot more I feel a lot more confident about my abilities now. I think just touching on the number of presentations I've done, has just been incredible. It's when you're doing presentations, you're gaining confidence, even understanding how to speak to C-suite executives. Like, it's something that I had never learned in the past. Like, even my work experience might have prepared me for it, but then you're learning it on a different level, and you're gaining all these skills in a very fast pace. And I am just absolutely grateful for the program, and I just feel confident and feel like a different person when I started back in January. Well, for prospective students, I'd say first of all, when you come into the MBA program, be willing to learn. Don't come in thinking that your experience will matter. Like, you might come into the Smith MBA program as some guy that's worked in finance, and then when you have to do like finance related courses, you might feel like, oh, I don't need to learn. I would say just come in pretty, just be open-minded, come in and be willing to learn, be willing to take in everything that the MBA offers, be it something you know about, something you want to really learn about it, like go for it. Take up all the resources available. There are lots of resources. Like, even when you come into the MBA program, you might feel like there's so much information that you're receiving as regards what you can do. If you have any issues at all, you feel like there's something you want to learn, or a skill you want to pick up, reach out to maybe the directors, just reach out to the MBA office, the program managers, the directors, the career coaches, and they'll give you very good directions to where you can go and pick up these resources. So that's what I would say. People in the MBA program, people with varying levels of experience. There are people that don't have lots of experience. There are people that have lots of experience. And so the Smith MBA program kind of put people like, it's a good mix in the teams. And so if you want to learn a particular thing, just be open-minded, and you're going to learn and you're going to enjoy the experience. And at the end of the day, as I said, for me, it transformed me, because it's 11 months down the line and I feel like a different person. All the courses I've learned, from operations to strategy to how to understand the market and how to be able to market your products to a particular market, all of these things. Some of them I've learned, some of them I just learned now, but I wanted to really, really learn. I wanted to take in these things. And so as I say, for anyone coming in, whatever you've achieved, whatever you have, just keep it aside. Come in and just be willing to learn. Just open your mind and take in everything. Great professors that are willing to teach and help and give you additional information and anything you need. And so that's what I would say to any prospective student.